on the Friday before we left.
Something happened on the Friday?
Well, first of all, I get this call, right? I didn't actually get the call, but my husband called me. He says, guess what? Jan's coming. All right.
I wanted to hear this.
Right, you don't know Jan, but let me just explain to you. Many years ago, when I was single, Jan was my roommate, okay? She and this other girl, we all lived together in this house. And so she was the funniest person. First of all, she's only a few years younger than I am. So it's not like she shouldn't have treated me like her mother, okay? Like, I didn't care whether she stayed out all night. I didn't care about anything. But she used to lie to me and tell me that she got up really early to go to breakfast with her boyfriend.
Yeah, sure.
She was just a funny person,
okay.
Right? And we once had a dinner party, and we were making, back in the day, I mean, this is what we made for dinner, tuna noodle casserole. This was about the extent of our culinary ability. In fact, it still is the extent of mine. But we got done with it. We're having the dinner. And as we're winding it up, her boyfriend, who was one of the guests for dinner, had said something to the effect of, Jan, that was very good. He says, but next time I would suggest maybe you use a little more tuna. Maybe you could, how much did you use? And she said a can. And he says, well, maybe if you use 2 cans, that would be good. Because I didn't notice,
the flavor
that much
of the
tuna.
Yeah.
And so when we went out to clear the dishes, we saw the can of tuna sitting on the table. This was how good we were. So it was pathetic. So anyway, I get this call and Jan is coming.
Oh my
So
gosh.
how is she coming to town? She's kayaking from Rochester. With her husband.
Wow, she's in shape.
Who does?
Was she?
Who does this?
Nobody. Coming up the Mohawk.
Oh, there were like 6 of them. We all met for dinner at Buca de Beppo.
Good morning, Chuck and Kelly.
Our What Do You Know question today. People who do this can burn up to 1,000 calories a day. You probably know a lot of people who do this. What is it? It's 105.7. You have a guess?
Yes. Is it driving a standard automobile?
Hey, another good answer, but not the one. Thank you.
Buzz 105.7. Do you have a guess?
Yeah, does it laugh a lot?
No, not laugh a lot, but thank you.
Okay.
I wish.
Buzz 105.7. Hi, what's your guess?
Jogging.
Jogging. I think you do more calories jogging. Good answer. All right.
Wow, up to 1,000
Up to
calories
1,000.
a day. You probably have to do it a lot,
Well,
but you can do it at your desk. In fact, a lot of people do.
A lot of people who do it don't know they're doing it.
Oh, yeah.
There's a good clue.
It sometimes bothers other people around them.
4761057. People who do this can burn up to 1,000 calories a day. Hello, dear. What was your answer?
Sex.
Oh, wow. You can do it all by yourself. That's another clue. But that's not the answer.
Thank you.
All right.
What'd you say, Jeff?
I'm not touching that one.
Okay. Buzz 105.7. What's your guess?
I feel like fidget and move around.
Yes,
That's
fidgeting,
the
moving
answer.
around. Got it. Did you ever have a car burn up? I had one
I did.
burn up once. I was actually driving it too, because I often thought a vehicle fire. What's up with that? Like you're driving down the road, it bursts into flames.
That's pretty much what happened to me.
Yeah, me too.
Where was yours?
Well, I was on the Schoharie Turnpike.
I was up on off of Route 4 before it was completed, up that Rensselaer area.
It was actually a pretty interesting story too, because it was a Vega. I had a Vega. So I'm driving the Vega, and it was my first new car. I was so excited, and I hadn't had it that long. But
What'd you do?
I don't know. The
How
thing
did it happen?
Never ran right, and it was full of gas and everything. I don't know how it started. I think there was sparking and backfiring going on from this thing. I really had problems with it. I never knew exactly what was wrong with it, but I guess we should notice that there are no Vegas anymore. So maybe they were
They were made of aluminum. Didn't they have an aluminum engine or something?
You got me.
I don't know.
Like it was a
I vaguely
car.
remember
My
this.
father
Okay.
sold it to me. Like, should I blame him? Yeah, like, Dad, how come you did that? All right. So here I'm driving down the Schoharie Turnpike. And this was what was interesting. There was a car full of yahoos behind me.
Uh-huh.
At least I thought they were yahoos, because they started like hanging out the window and they're beeping at me. And I'm thinking, I can only go so fast on this road. What do you want from me? Like, this is what I'm thinking in my head.
Of
that
course.
these yahoos are like
But what are
flying
they
around
really
and
doing?
beeping their horn and flashing their lights and all this. And I'm like, get out of here. And the next thing you know, they start passing me. And this is not a road that you really want to pass anybody on for the most part, because it's kind of windy and weird. And they're screaming out the window. So finally I decided to listen to them. You're on fire. So I stopped the car. I'm like, oh
Couldn't
my
you
God.
see it coming out the front end, or was the?
And no, I think it was the flames were shooting out the back of the
Oh,
Vega.
I'm so sorry.
This is like awful. So I stopped the car, and somebody
You know
calls
what you
the
do
fire
when you do that?
department.
You run.
No, but it was like I got out of it and the thing was just burning at that point. I thought, why isn't it exploding? See, these are the things that go through my mind. Why isn't my car exploding like
Well,
on
it didn't
TV?
hit the gas tank yet.
No, it was burning in the gas tank. It was
Oh, my
actually,
God.
but they told me later. Now, the fire department from Quaker Street. Okay, shows you. I lived in Central Bridge at the time. So the Quaker Street Fire Department, all volunteer, I'm sure, come hustling down and they shoot this foamy stuff at my car. It like blows through the window like it's paper.
Oh,
It was so hot inside that car. The foamy stuff just passed right through like Chris Angel through
right.
a brick wall. So I'm like, whoa, look at this. So they told me later that the reason my car didn't blow up was because I had just filled it up with gas. And the gas must have like dripped. Probably it started the fire too, because a little bit of gas came out of something called an overflow and must have just hit at the right time when there was a spark from this backfiring problem that I had with the car that had caused the whole thing to ignite. But they said because the gas was full, it didn't explode, because what explodes is the gases from the gas. So if it had been partly empty, number one, it would not have started on fire in the first place. But if it had, that's what would have probably.
I'm so happy you escaped unscathed. Why we don't talk politics. Somebody who's not wearing a hat these days is Oprah, but she's sure helping throw the hat in the ring for Osama. Have you noticed who's backing?
Osama. It's Obama.
Obama.
Now that's not a very nice connection to make.
We do have this story, this doggy tale this morning.
How far would you go to recover something your dog ate? Dogs eat everything.
In Oakdale, California, a dog named Pepper got into the purse of a family friend and ate $750 worth of cash. Yippee-I-O, $750. Yes, owner Debbie Huleman was forced to recover the loot by sifting through the doggy doo.
And washing each bill.
Yes, she then reportedly soaked and rinsed the money.
I think I
before-
only would have washed
I
the
wouldn't-
hundreds, man. I don't think
oh. Well,
anything under.
I think they were hundreds.
Maybe 50. I don't think I'd touch.
She exchanged it for fresh currency at a local bank.
Little did they know where it came from.
She was heard
You
saying,
can have one now.
She was heard saying, "I can't understand it, ma'am. These bills just keep sticking together."
I love to watch other people order things. Me, I'm ordering my little salad, my little chicken Caesar with the light dressing and the water.
You torture
This
yourself.
woman orders the Baconator.
Oh, I got one of
Biggie
those. the other day.
fries. I'm
Yeah.
like, you go, girl. Then she says, and a Coke Zero.
Buzz 105.